Returns are a natural part of any marketplace business, and whether you like it or not, it's just one of those things that you can't control and absolutely sucks. But I wanted to talk today about how to control returns and have a process down for returns, and share my process on handling returns and all of those kind of things. And please feel free to share your process of handling returns in the comment section below. By the way, I'm back here in my backyard doing some exercise because I had ACL reconstruction surgery in September. So it's been about 7 to 8, 9 months. I don't know, but it's been a roller coaster. But anyway, the returns. So whether you're on Amazon, Walmart, eBay, or even Shopify, you're going to get some returns. And some marketplaces have more returns than others. For example, I get a ton of returns on Walmart, less than I do, well, on eBay I get way less returns, for example. So it just is what it is. But for a while, for a really long time, as a Walmart seller, I had my returns, the non-sellable returns, to be set to be disposed, right? And I had that setting on, I think, all of 2024, if I'm correct. But one day I just decided to switch that and have quote unquote non-sellable returns be returned to me, because I wanted to see what was going on. I really had no idea what was going on. They don't really tell you what's sellable, what's not when something gets returned, unless you take a deep dive into the reports. So I set that setting on to be returned to me, and I got a bunch of mixed results, right? Some of the things that I found was that some products were still sellable. So keeping in mind that this is for non-sellable returns, right? If it's sellable, then I just want them to place it back into my inventory. So when it comes to non-sellable returns being sent back to me, a lot of returns were still, in fact, sellable, which was very confusing to me. And in that case, I would just prep it and send it right back to WFS. In other cases, they'll have this really rough sticker placed on the raw product, which makes it really hard to, one, remove it without damaging the packaging of the product, which is actually something I'm giving feedback on the internal side and hoping that they adjust. But I think that's more so because of the returns that are sent by a customer in the store, right? So you can go into the store. That's the cool thing with Walmart. You can go into the store and return your online order, being that they have brick and mortar stores. And that's probably one of their moats as a marketplace. But anyway, I had a lot of mixed results, and in that case where it was still sellable, I had it sent back to me. Sent back to me, and then I sent it back to WFS. So that's all fine and dandy. Then I had products that packaging was just completely ruined. Customers maybe change their mind and they just return it for a full refund, which is just the nature of the marketplace game. You can't really control that, and it sucks. And so that's kind of what I really wanted to hone in on today. And by the way, if you guys can please give me feedback on this camera structure and things like that, just the setting and all that, trying different things. But so where was I? So in terms of non-sellable returns, I would have things that I can't send back in because they're just way far gone. But they're not too far gone where I can't send it to or sell it on another marketplace, right? One of those, I call them flea market marketplaces, sort of like Mercari, eBay, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. Those are great marketplaces to sell something that you traditionally would call non-sellable. You can sell it for parts, you can sell it without the packaging, you can sell it as is, because the good thing is that those marketplaces are not unified catalogs in terms of the listings, which means that you can create your own listings. You're the only seller on the listing, and the listing fully belongs to you, nobody else. Everybody creates their own listings. And so that's probably my biggest recommendation there, is to have selling accounts on places like eBay, like Mercari, and sell those products that you get returned. But you can sell them for parts, you can sell them without the packaging, you can sell them if it was an 8-pack of something and you only got back 5, you can sell those 5 loose, right? And so that's what I really like about those marketplaces, what I call the flea market marketplaces, which is really just Mercari. And I say that because people love lowballing you on those marketplaces. And you really have to set a barrier or keep your guard up with sellers, with buyers, because they will try to haggle you and offer you way less than you're looking to get for something. But returns in general is just one of those things that makes you feel, if you let it get to you, it makes you feel defeated. It makes you feel like you're failing. But I think the best way to look at returns in this case is look at the full macro side. Don't just look at the few returns that you got. So if you sold 500 of something and 20 of those were returns, you still sold 480 of those, right? And so look at it from a macro perspective. Don't just focus on those individual returns, because it's a business, and especially in this marketplace business, you're playing in their wheelhouse, you're playing in their world, you're playing is their ballpark. So you can't control certain things. You can maybe dispute a thing or two, but depending on how far you actually get, that's really it. So, and outside of that, so you can either send back your returns, you can sell them on places like eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, stuff like that. And honestly, that would be my full recommendation with handling returns. Let me know what you guys think about handling returns in the comment section below again. And I appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate the support you guys have been throwing my way, the views and stuff like that. So again, let me know what you guys think about this kind of video structure as well. Trying to just not just do the talking head and either in the car or at the office chair, which is honestly quite boring. But again, thank you so much. And until next time, later.